I've just completed 1 full year as a real estate agent, and ever since I've been in a bit of a funk, and I've even questioned if I want to continue in this path at all. But maybe it isn't real estate that's the problem, and maybe it's the location. Is Seattle getting a bit tired for me? Sometimes I feel like I've seen all there is to see, and maybe I just need to explore my options while I'm still young. Well, I recently got an opportunity that I could not pass up. Ryan Serhant, one of, if not the top agent in New York City, wants me to join his brokerage. So today I'm headed to New York to find out if this is something I could seriously see myself doing. And what is it like being a New York City real estate agent? I'm having a bit of a real estate crisis.
Really?
Yeah.
You should move here.
Now, before we get to New York City, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is Vivea. Vivea is a sustainable and fashionable brand of footwear. They create their shoes using plastic water bottles and other natural materials such as hemp. They start with the plastic water bottles, cut them into flakes, shred them, press them into pellets, and then extrude them into yarn. And with this process, they have been able to recycle over 1 million water bottles into shoes. This is the Aria 5. This is the world's first ballet flat made of hemp. Why hemp, you may be asking? Well, that is like the queen of natural fibers. It's naturally microbial and odor resistant. It also quickly whisks away moisture. So not only is it a very sustainable fabric, but it's also just really practical and makes for a nice, cute, comfortable shoe. And then these are the Jade sandal, which I think is so cute. This is a microfiber sole. It's very, very soft and comfortable. I've been loving both the Aria flat and the Jade sandal. I'll have a link below to shop Vivea. If you use the code MOCH15, you'll get 15% off. Thanks again to Vivea for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get to New York.
Seattle is like this big. New York is like this big.
I know it's huge. And the real estate looks really cool. But is it worth the hustle and bustle, like the grind that comes with it?
What makes New York the most interesting for real estate is that there's volume. There's like 10,000 apartments that are on the market at any given time. There are 80,000 real estate agents in the city. I'm sure you spend probably a lot of time in a car.
Yes.
What is that? What is a car? You run around all over the place in Seattle. In New York City, you could be an agent in that building, never leave, and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Never leaving?
And never leave. Because all you're gonna do is you're gonna meet people in the elevator, in your lobby, walking a dog, and they're gonna say, oh, you're the resident agent of this building. And each building is its own vertical neighborhood, right? Every single building. And so you'll sell the 3rd floor, and then the 5th floor will want to sell, and then the penthouse will want to sell. But I think you've got the hustle and you're a creator.
You are getting me excited about the idea of being a New York City real estate agent.
And the energy.
Yeah.
And the scene and their stuff. And
But I guess like I'm thinking about, coming to this big city, like where do I fit here,
So you would come here and you would work on a team, okay? You'd start on a team because you've only been in it for a year. So I would put you on a team where you can learn, right? Learn and grind as you start building your own business. Once you've done a certain amount of transactions, then you can go out on your own, and then you'll start building your own team so that you can leverage your talents and your exposure. And then you'll do rentals. You'll do $2,000 a month rentals and $50,000 a month rentals. You can do 100 rentals a year and make an amazing living and having a great life. And that's what I did at the beginning. And you'll start with sales, under $1 million, and slowly, each price point you hit, you'll go up a step, up a step, up a step. I think you'd crush it here. I think you'd love it. It's gonna be a lot though. Okay. New York is like,
Yeah. This all sounds amazing.
Yeah.
When can I get started?
Like right now, actually. Talia!
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Perfect. This is Monica Church.
Hi, Talia. Nice to meet you.
Talia creates content all day, every day.
I'm Talia Mckinney.
She's done $1 million listing with me. She's one of the greatest agents ever. She's coming here from Seattle.
Okay,
She thinks that
cool.
she wants to be a real estate agent in New York, maybe. Maybe you could let her follow you around and do stuff today.
I have a super busy day, so if you're
Great.
ready for that,
I'm
yeah.
down.
Boom.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yes. All right. Are you ready for a day in the life of a New York City real estate agent?
I'm very ready. First thing I have to ask you, how do you get around?
So, I am a walker. If I actually did a tracker or had steps, I'd probably have like miles a day. I also city bike a lot. I Uber here and there, and then the subway. So I'm literally walking like miles and miles a day. But I love it. That's what I love about New York because it's walkable.
Yeah.
So it's nice. So I have a large like price point, like Ryan said. I have listings that are, 500,000 up to my new listing that I'm getting that's 45 million. It's not like it happened overnight either.
Yeah. How did you get started? Where did you get started? Like, what do you do to get started here? It's a huge place.
Right, and so many people want to be real estate agents. So I moved here 15 years ago. I was working in fashion public relations. I had traveled the world. I was volunteering in different orphanages in Southeast Asia. And I came back and realized I needed to be doing something. I met someone who was like, you should get your real estate license. I think you'd be great. I was like,
best advice they ever gave me.
yes. I was like, thanks. I think it would be great too.
Yeah.
So I got my license. I was working for 2 years at a small boutique rental firm.
Okay, so you started in rentals?
Yes.
Okay.
Started in rentals, which I think pretty much everyone does. You learn the business, you learn the landscape and neighborhoods. And then I was like watching the show $1 Million Listing New York.
Yeah.
Saw Ryan. I was like, I want to work for this guy. I started emailing him for a year.
Yeah.
He didn't respond.
Wow.
He responded back and was like, we're not really looking for anyone for the team. Emailed him for another year.
So you just saw him on TV? You're
Yes.
like, I want to work for him?
Yes.
I guess you shouldn't listen to what they say about never meeting your heroes, because Talia went from being a fan to Ryan's right-hand woman. She's really helped pave the way for the Serhant brand and all the expansion that's been going on for Ryan, and he's taken her from simple rental properties to her upcoming $45 million listing. Okay, I have always been so curious what it's like in these lofts, so thank you for bringing me here.
Yes, here you go. So this is 66 Crosby. It's 5,200 square feet, so it's
crazy.
Very large. The things that I love about this apartment, you have 16-foot ceilings. They're massive. You have these great windows, so you get really nice exposure. You have this beautiful exposed brick, and the elevator opens directly to the unit. So it's private, it's keyed. That's very important for New Yorkers. And then this apartment's just amazing. You have these cast iron columns, and throughout it's just like very quirky, very unique, very like New York Soho loft. You're in the middle of everything. It's a great location.
And this is listed for?
This is listed for $5,225,000.
How many listings do you usually show in a day, like on a busier day?
On a busier day, so I'm on a new development project with Ryan on the Upper West Side, so a lot of times we'll have like, I don't know, 5 to 7 showings there. And then I have my resale business as well. So I mean, it can be like 10 showings.
Oh wow, that's a busy day for you.
Yeah.
So this is Battery Park?
So this is FIDI, Financial District, and then you literally go across West Street and that's Battery Park.
I've never been over here actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my favorite. This is my neighborhood, so welcome. So we're right on the waterfront. You have Jersey City here. You have Statue of Liberty views. I feel like this area is so underrated. So don't tell too many people.
Okay.
And then my listing at 2 South End for just $625,000 is literally right here.
That's crazy. Okay, so this unit isn't super fancy like Ryan's usual $1 million listings, but you guys, $625,000 for a 1-bedroom in a great location. I didn't know that New York had real estate that normal people could buy, but here you have it.
So you have this beautiful balcony, and it's just so pretty with the water, and it's outdoor space in New York, which is awesome.
This is really impressive for the price.
I know.
I really thought buying in New York was only for millionaires.
I know, that's like the misconception.
Yeah.
You have laundry in the building, you have this beautiful rooftop, you have a lounge.
Yeah.
And then you're like in Battery Park.
Wow.
It's like, you can imagine just like laying here after.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This all seems great, but I know with condos, there's strings attached. What are the HOAs?
So in New York condos, you have common charges and you have taxes.
Okay.
But I mean, you get all these amenities, so that's what you're paying for in terms of the common charges.
Yeah.
You're paying for the maintenance, for the door person.
What can you expect for these common charges? I guess normal price points for people for these sorts of housing.
Right. So for the one bed that we just saw, the common charges are $1,671, $1,671, and the taxes are $1,100, which is actually really good for this neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, going into this, I thought this will be fun, but there's no way I could really make it here. But after spending the day with Talia, I do feel a lot more confident in becoming a New York real estate agent. In fact, she even offered me a position on her team, which I am considering. It'd be amazing to learn from such a successful woman like her, but I still have a lot to consider. I love New York, but I can't get past, is it worth it? Let's think logically here. Washington has no income tax. New York State has income tax, and New York City itself stamps another income tax. Not to mention the cost of living is unbelievable, as we all know. Is it worth selling cool real estate in New York to potentially make less money and have a worse quality of life? Of course, this is not a unique thought. This is what everyone grapples with in taking the leap to move to what is considered the greatest city in the world by so many. So I just need to decide for myself. Is it worth taking a chance on New York, or do I play it safe and stay in Seattle? I just got home from New York literally an hour ago, but every real estate agent knows when you go out of town, that is when people are ready to submit offers. So I just got an offer prepared for some clients and submitted. Hopefully they get it. And it's honestly so weird being back. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss New York. I've never felt this way. Like usually I'm just like so relieved to be back home, but this time I wish I was still in New York. What is going on with me? I don't know.